को आखामा फूले संसारा काड़ा को आखामा काड़े संसारा. Well, it is one of the popular Nepali song, and it means beauty lies in your eyes. If you see the world as a beautiful place, then the world is really beautiful. But if your eyes see the world as a worst place, as an ugly place, then the world is not very beautiful, and you can't create it in a beautiful way as well. So we can also say if we are hopeful, we can achieve what we want. And if we are not hopeful, if we are hopeless, then we can never achieve our dream. We can never turn them into reality. Hello, everyone. Namaste. I'm Januka, a 19 years old child rights activist from Nepal. Thank you for the lovely introduction. Thank you for having me here today. And firstly, I would like to thank CRCSA and all the partners for inviting me today to speak on the impacts of online participation of children on and their impacts and all the things. So I am already introduced here. Still, I want to introduce myself as a child rights activist who has been working for child rights, especially for child participation and decision making and child participation and budgeting for over 6 years now. And in 2015, I got the chance to be the part of Child Club, and my journey from then to now has been a great journey. I have experienced a lot of things, and getting the platform to share my things here today with all of you is really a feeling of being blessed. And I really hope that I will be able to inspire other children through my experience. So without any further delay, I think I need to share my things. So firstly, as I was mentioned earlier, I got chance to get involved in Child Club. Child Club is one of the strategy of Nepal government itself. And I got the chance to get involved in 2015, where my journey of Child Club, where my journey of child rights started. The first year was really very tough because I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about what should be done, what child right is, and all the things. I was in class 8 at that time. But gradually, when I started to work on this field, when I started to meet people, when I started to make networking, though I was a child, I learned so many things from the adults around me. I learned so many things from my peers. And that was the time when I actually realized that children participation in decision making, children participation in budgeting, children participation in every work where they are necessary is very important, because children are the one who understand their problem. So all the things were going smoothly. We used to organize programs regarding child rights. We used to aware people on how child rights can be protected and preserved. We used to aware people not to do any kind of child-related violence. We want people to stop child marriage, child labor, and so many things like that. So we learned a lot of things during the time, and it was face-to-face program. We are talking about digital things now, but it was the time when we used to experience by seeing with our own eyes, in front of our eyes. So a lot of things had been done by ourselves, and as mentioned by the earlier speakers as well, there was budgeting things and snack things. Children used to come. They used to be the part of program to get some good foods or good people, good company, and all these things. So I was also the part of it in that way. And when the government used to allocate budget for children, we, as a part of Child Club, used to get chance to get involved in the planning process with the government itself, local government. And that is also the strategy of national government, Nepal government itself. So I have the experience of budgeting where children themselves were involved in making their call of action for the upcoming fiscal year, and where they get chance to discuss with the local government and all these things. So that was the background of my work. I believe I won't be able to share everything. So coming to the pandemic time, everything was okay. But when Corona came, I was stuck inside home as everyone were. So no colleges, and I was waiting for my 12th examination, final examination of class 12, and my course was already completed, so there were no online classes for me. My brother and others were enjoying their online classes though. So I had nothing to do. And as an activist, I always used to go out, meet my friends, and conduct programs and all these types of things. But because of lockdown, I couldn't do that as well. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't meet my friends. I couldn't go to school, colleges. I couldn't meet anyone except my family. And even my father, he is Nepal police, so he was not at home. And my mother, brother, and me, we were stuck. And I really used to feel so lonely. Though I was with my family, I had nothing to do. But fortunately, luckily, COVID under 19 initiative, which is a global initiative of children across the world, launched a global survey in spring 2020. So I participated in that survey, and I saw the questions asked in the survey were actually what I was going through. Like they were asking how my education is going on, how I'm feeling, what is my mental health condition, and so many things that I was experiencing. And I could relate all those things. And I participated. And later, again, luckily, Civil Nepal, because I was working as an activist, I had a good networking around the country. So Civil Nepal, child workers in Nepal, they contact me and they said, COVID under 19 has opened a application form to involve children from Nepal as well. So if you want to be the part of it, you can apply. They said something like this. I was unknown about what is going to happen, what was it, and all these things. But of course, I was the participant of the global survey. So I thought of applying for COVID under 19, and I just filled the form. And later I realized that what I did that time was something I really am lucky for. And I will, of course, share about those things now because as we are talking about digital advocacy, digital learning of children, I think that is one of the best thing I have learned, and I think that will be one of the best thing for children across the world. So I am now working as a peer mentor of COVID under 19. I was involved in this initiative since September 2020. Firstly, I was a child advisor, and now I have promoted myself into a peer mentor. So the journey was really exciting, child friendly, and it was the space where my lockdown was not wasted, where I got to learn so many things and I got so many opportunities. Today I'm speaking in front of you all because of COVID under 19, and I think really it needs to be promoted, and I think children needs to be involved in this. So COVID under 19 is a diversified network of children and young people from around the world, and it is helping us to learn through our own experiences. The first event of COVID under 19 after I joined it was the launch of the global survey. As I was the participant of the global survey, I also got chance to share the findings during the launch event of the COVID under 19 survey, where children and young people were at the at the highlighted point. They were at the forefront. So I shared about problems of accessing education online based on the findings of the survey as a panelist during the high-level launch event of COVID under 19. Similarly, COVID under 19 is also helping us to build our capacities, where they share about their understanding, and we also shared about our understanding about the results of the global survey. Professor Lundy, who will be speaking after me, and Queen's University Belfast, along with other COVID under 19 partners, facilitate the capacity building for children and data analysis. And we were also trained how to use data for advocacy during different type of sessions, weekly session, during monthly session of the COVID-19 survey. So similarly, we also co-created the designs and programs for advocacy milestones events. And we were involved in the creation of advocacy communication projects as well. So I was able to use the technology, to use the skills that I developed here in COVID-19 to boost my local advocacies as well. I got so many chances that I will mention a little later. And another thing is I got the chance to moderate the International Children's Day event, and it was the first event that I moderated online in an international level. So that helped me in building my confidence. That helped me in building my communication skills, and all these types of events through COVID-19 is helping me and all the children and young people who are involved in this initiative to make a good network of people and to share their experiences, to inspire other children and young people like us. So we are getting this opportunity from this initiative. And beside this, for other advocacy milestones in 2021, September, the event of Human Rights Council was in the March, and in September, the high level political forum event. Some this kind of event were also the part of COVID-19 initiative. So as an activist, there were lots of differences when I worked in face-to-face environment and in digital environment. Digital advocacy was not that easy as well, because even I faced lots of challenges, and others do face as well. So as already mentioned, children don't have access to internet. All the children don't have access to internet, to digital device like mobile phone, to digital device like laptops and all. So child participation can't be ensured fully with all these types of challenges. Similarly, children don't. It is very difficult to understand what is going on. Like we feel so monotonous sitting in front phone all the time and listening to people who we can't really meet. We just need to listen. So it is a monotonous feeling where we are not able to understand what is going on. So but in face-to-face environment, we can easily interact, we can easily meet people, we can make the good networking. The bond we create in face-to-face events is much stronger than the digital platform. So, but if we need to talk about how can we involve children in digital advocacy, in digital child participation, I think the first thing we need to do is to create a child-friendly space. Because as in the beginning of this speaking session of mine, I sang all Nepali song, though I don't know to sing. That was because I just wanted to make it interactive, make it something like, because I know all of you may be feeling monotonous. So that was just my try. So we can do something creative. We can find some different ways. How can children feel interactive? How can they feel as if they are heard? Only just inviting children and asking them to listen to what adults are speaking, what adults are doing, or what is going on is not enough in digital environment. So asking them to speak, asking them to share their problems, hearing their experiences is, I think, one of the most important things. And I would like to request everyone who is listening to me here to create such a platform for children, either face-to-face or online space, to listen to them more. Adults, yeah, of course, they have experience in all the fields, and they have a lot to say, a lot to share with children. But children do have experiences, children do have issues and problems that they want to share. And if we are not able to create a friendly environment, then they won't be able to share their problems. For example, we can say, see how children are very close with their friends, with their peers, but they can't easily share the problems with the parents. The thing is that they are afraid of their parents. They are afraid that their parents will scold them, when they hear about their problems. So they go and share with their friends, they go and share with their peers, though they understand that parents are the one who can solve their problems. So it is very necessary for children to create, for adults to create a child-friendly space where children can feel comfortable in sharing their issues and problems. I think this is the most important thing that can ensure child participation, that can help in reducing online violence, cybercrime, and all these types of things. And all the challenges can be solved with this, I think. So, my personal experience on digital advocacy, with one of my colleague who is also a peer mentor of COVID under 19 initiative, Amrit, we two worked on a video making competition. The video making competition was organized by the government itself, the Ministry of Women, Children and Senior Citizen in Nepal, with coordination with the National Child Rights Council. And it was a nationwide video making competition. We got to know about the competition through our social media channels, and we walked from our own home. We were not together. He was in his home, I was in my home. So we walked as a digital project for ourselves. We walked for 9 days and we created animation video on the topic child rights in federal Nepal. And we won the first prize in that video making competition. So this was the thing I was inspired to work on digital advocacy through COVID-19 itself. So there are lots of examples that I read, that my friends did, and that all the children needs to do during the time when we are using our phone, when we are watching videos online, when we are using our social media. Because children these days have been influenced by social media. Social medias really can influence children. They do whatever they see in films, movies, So if we want to make children understand what they want, they need to do what their rights and duties are, then I think digital advocacy is the most. So intergenerational consolation is another thing. So I think I need to conclude my sayings. This was all the thing about my experience. And since last January, COVID-19 has been working with the Child and Youth Advisor and Campaign Toolkit. The objective was to develop a resource to link evidence with actions and to provide children with tools to support them in engaging in child rights, best advocacy around pandemic response and recovery. And we also want to make a link between local and global actions. The toolkit is a way to localize COVID-19 and to support the implementation of the call to action that children and young people shared on International Children's Day 2021. So the link of the first draft of the toolkit will be shared in the chat box. You can check it out. And the version of the toolkit is a prototype. It's a work in progress. And the intention being to pilot in different contexts and on different thematic issues, and that can contribute to structuring on the child participation activities that can flow into intergenerational milestones, movements. We, COVID-19 team, invite you to connect with us with COVID-19 in case if you are interested to use, to adapt, and to translate the tool into your own national language, into your local language. And if you want to involve the children from your country, if you want to have a digital advocacy with children and young people to make impacts and inspire other children, then we invite you to get connected with COVID-19. And thank you so much for listening to me. I just hope I was able to share my experience, and I hope you were able to understand what I shared. If I missed anything, and if you want to know more about me or my experiences, then please do feel free to ask me questions. I will really try to answer those things. I will try to address those things. So thank you so much for having me here today. Thank you.